Okay, so we've been talking about algebra, and you're going to like what we're going to do for the next week because this is a good bit simpler than some of the things that we've been doing, but this also is a day where you're going to really need to focus on because I'm going to be showing you some new things that you haven't seen. So we're talking about inequalities today, and they're very similar to solving equations like we were doing before, but there is a little bit of a difference. So I want you to answer this question. I want you to grab your dry erase marker, clear a little space on your desk. Okay, and I want you to, in 1 minute, I'm going to give you 1 minute to do it, to list as many numbers as you can think of that are below 5. So let me get my timer started. Okay, so we can list an infinite number of numbers that are below 5. So sometimes we're talking about an inequality where an answer can be an infinite number of choices. So that's really the idea behind an inequality. So let's talk about how my screen keeps messing up. Yeah, all right, let's look at your notes. So there are a few new words that we're going to be talking about. So if you'll look in your note packet, there are a few things that, you can erase your numbers. There are a few new things that I want to talk about related to inequalities. And I think the first two you're pretty familiar with, but my experience is that most of your, probably a good number of you, have not been exposed to the last two of these. So an inequality is a problem that can have a range of answers. That's its whole thing. Because of that, we use symbols to indicate the possible choices. So this symbol right here, you have been probably hearing about for quite some time. It's called greater than. Sometimes, though, in a problem, you might see it referred to it as is more than or exceeds. Those are kind of common things that you might see that relate to the greater than symbol. Then we have the less than symbol. Looks like that. It's called less than. You might also see somebody say is fewer than. That means that we have a less than symbol. Please be looking at this in your notes because in a second I'm going to want you to write something. Because the next two, how many people have seen and or used this symbol before? How many people are familiar with that symbol? Okay, so a few of you are. Like I said, most of my experience is that most of y'all have not seen that before. And all it is a combination of two symbols. This symbol is this one, which is called what? Greater than, and this one, which is called equal to. So the name of that symbol is greater than or equal to. All they did was get rid of one of those two lines. You see it? So it's just that and one line. That is called greater than or equal to. That's its official name. So a number that is greater than or could be equal to another number, that's what that's called. You will also see, and this is the important part, is what's on the next line, and I would circle these things. You will also see is at least, minimum, and this is the one people have the most trouble with, is no less than. It has that less than in it, so people think that it means less than, but it doesn't. I reword this in my mind to help me make logic of it to this. I reword it to is not less than. If something is not less than something else, could it be greater than that? Could it be equal to that? Okay, so that's why this works with that. Is greater than or equal to is also is not less than. So when you see this wording, and you will, is no less than, in your mind you can change it to is not less than, and then it can be logic. Now, if you're not a logic person, you might just need to memorize this. It just depends on how your brain works. So if this makes sense to you logically, you can figure it out. Otherwise, you can memorize it. Okay, now the same thing with this next symbol. It looks like this, and it's the same idea. Is less than or equal to It could also be called is at most, maximum, or is no more than. Same idea. I change it to say is not more than to help me remember that. Okay, so these are the symbols we're going to be working with that relate to inequalities. Does anyone have a question before I move forward? All right, so in just a few minutes we're going to be working on translating from words into math. So keep these in mind as we go on to that. But before we get to that, I want to look at this. And this is not in your notes, so if you'll just look up here and do this with me. This is not in your notes. You'll just look up here and do this with me. Okay, so it says, is this a solution? And in this case, they've given us the number 6. Is 6 a solution for the following inequalities? Now, what I'm about to show you is really important to understanding how to get these right, especially as they become more complex. Okay, so for each one, let me just tell you a little strategy. Some of them you can do really easily, like the first one, and basically it's asking, is a number a solution? All it really wants you to do is plug in the number and see if it works. So in this case, if I put the number 6 where x is 6 greater than 5?
Yes.
Yes, so 6 is a solution to that equation. Okay, that's what it's asking for. Now, as they become more complex, and I'll do this when we get to number 4, we may want to solve for x and then try to plug in the numbers because it can get a little bit harder, especially if they give you multiple answers. But let's go to the next one. So if we put 2 times 6 is less than 12, is that a true statement? No.
It's equal.
Because it's equal to it. So now if it had said, is it less than or equal to, then it would have been a true statement. But because it's not, it is not a true statement. And one way of writing that is to put a line through it just like that. That means is not less than or equal to. It's not a true statement. Okay, let's look at number 3. 6 minus 5 is less than 4. Is that a true statement?
Yes.
Yeah, because 1 is less than 4, so it's true. Now, when we get to ones that are more complex, it can be hard sometimes to get them right. So let me just make a suggestion that you solve it for x. So for the number 4, we could do 5x plus 2x is greater than 50. So pretend like it's got an equal sign and solve it exactly the same way. 5 plus 2 is 7, right? 7x is greater than 50. Divide both sides by 7. X is greater than, anybody know what 50 divided by 7 is? About 7 and 1/7. Good, 7 and 1/7. Okay, so now if we put in 6, 6 is greater than 7 and 1/7. Is that a true statement? No. 6 is smaller than 7 and 1/7. So no, it is not a solution for that one. Bless you. And then on number 5, 60 is greater than 9 times 6. Is that a true statement?
That's actually correct.
Good, because 60 is 60 and 9 times 6 is 54. Okay. All right, so yes, it is a true statement. Okay, so now you have another problem just like this, only you have the number 8. So will you please answer those very quickly on your paper? Okay, so x is greater than 5. If we put in 8, 8 is greater than 5. Is that true? Yes. Okay, 2 times 8 is less than 12. Is that true? No, because 2 times 12 is 16. 2 times 8 is 16. Sorry about that. You okay? You need some water? Okay. 8 minus 5 is less than 4. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yes, because 8 minus 5 is 3. Okay. And then on this one, 5x, so 5 times 8 plus 2 times 8 is greater than 50. So we have, what's that, 40 plus 16 is greater than 50. So it's
correct.
56 is greater than 50. That is true. And the last one, 60 is greater than 9 times 8. Is that true?
No.
No, because 9 times 8 is 72. Translating from words into inequalities. This is exactly the same as what we did before, except for we have to include those words that are about inequalities. So let's look at the examples. These are in your notes, so let's just do these together really quickly. So we have the sum of a number and 2 is less than 10. So let's talk about what words tell us we have an inequality. Somebody raise your hand and tell me which words tell us that we have an inequality. Everybody look. Which words tell us we have an inequality? Curran, which words?
Is less than.
Yep, is less than. So that means the less than symbol. So then let's put the part that goes before it. The sum of a number and 2, what does that look like? X plus 2 is less than, and then 10 goes at the end. You see, it's exactly the same as what we were doing before. It's just that now we're looking for these inequality words. Okay, let's look at the next one. The product of a number and 6 is greater than or equal to 12. What words tell us what our symbol is, Anna?
Greater than or equal to.
Yep, greater than or equal to. So that's greater than or equal to. So before that goes what? Yeah, what does that look like? 6x is greater than or equal to 12. You might want to get some water, honey. Okay, next one, number 3. 2 times the distance is no less than 4 miles. What are the key words there that tell us we have an inequality? McKinley?
No less than.
Yeah, no less than. So remember, that's not less than. So that means it's greater than, or it could also be equal to. So we've got to do a greater than or equal to. So 2 times the distance, that's 2d, is greater than or equal to 4 miles. Do you see it's the same as what we've been doing? We're just adding in that one piece where we have to put in our inequality. The distance to Chick-fil-A is no more than. So what symbol is no more than? Raise your hand when you know what the name of the symbol is that means is no more than. Savannah? Less than or equal to. Distance is less than or equal to 10. Okay?